Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to take a closer look at your favorite semiconductor company, Intel. More specifically, I want to take a closer look at their new AI investment, or their actually new AI company, which, in my opinion, seems like a pretty smart move. Let's take a closer look in today's episode.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
So, quick, let's just start off with price action right now for Intel. We can see year to date, the stock market in the semiconductor space has seen a bit of a slowdown. It's only been 4 days, but we can see Intel's down roughly 4.5%, sitting at those $47. But we can see in the past year, the stock really dominated. So, what I really wanted to talk about today is on January 3rd of 2024, Intel, ticker INT, and DigitalBridge, ticker DBRG, a global investment firm, announced the formation of Articul8 AI, which is an independent company offering enterprise customers a full stack, vertically optimized, and secure Gen AI software platform. So we can kind of go to their website real quick of Articulate.ai, and we can see it's pretty much a really brand new company. And they do mention that they're solving the world's toughest problems with generative AI. And they do kind of mention a few solutions, how they can hit the finance market, the aerospace market, the life and science markets, and the list goes on and on. So we can see they're really focusing on kind of that enterprise space. Articulate Gen AI platform can be deployed in multiple clouds and on premises across a variety of accelerators, avoiding any vendor lock-in. We're looking at you, NVIDIA, but they do mention that their systems work really well with Intel and NVIDIA. Pretty interesting to see AMD is not on this list here, but we can see also some huge cloud server providers. Now, Articulate was actually created with the intellectual property and technology developed at Intel. The two companies will remain strategically aligned on go-to-market opportunities and collaborate on driving Gen AI adoptions in the enterprise market. The CEO of Articulate is Arun, who was formerly the vice president and general manager in Intel's data center and AI group. So obviously, Arun does have, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, Arun does have a nice excessive amount of experience here with generative AI, especially they were managing Intel's data center and AI group, which I do believe bodes well for Articulate. And I do believe we're probably going to get some questions or during the upcoming earnings report on how Articulate can obviously boost Intel's revenue in the future, as this is a company that's owned by Intel and made thanks to Intel's technology. But right now, we can see that Articulate offers kind of a turnkey Gen AI software platform that delivers speed, security, and cost efficiency to help large enterprise customers operationalize and scale AI. The platform has been kind of optimized on Intel's hardware architecture, including Intel Xeon scalable processors and Intel Gaudi accelerators, but will support a range of hybrid infrastructure alternatives. And this is how Intel is kind of following NVIDIA to some extent. So they've created the hardware. Now they're creating this awesome software AI company to some extent where they're optimizing their own hardware, so like that they're creating a use for their hardwares, for their Xeon scalable processors, for their Gaudi accelerators. So in the future, if Articulate does really good and becomes a massive company because they are optimized to use Intel solutions, they're going to continue to be a big customer of Intel. And the other thing that we're going to see here is Articulate is going to learn a lot about the different types of workloads and AI solutions that a lot of companies are looking at, so they can kind of use that information. And Intel, and obviously because they are part of Intel, they might be able to kind of share some form of information and be like, hey, look, we're seeing a lot of need for this type of process, for this type of workload, for these types of processors. So because you have that data, send it back to the Intel engineering accelerating team and let them kind of optimize and work on those solutions, which can obviously boost their sales even more. So this is a way to kind of create that spinning wheel of creating a solution for the consumer, for the business, for the enterprise market, and then that need for that product is going to increase the demand for their AI hardware. Another thing about Intel, we do have some events coming up. The one that's going to be in the upcoming week is going to be Intel at CES 24. I do believe we're going to hear a lot more about AI PCs from Intel in the consumer market. Nothing too crazy there. But on February 21st, and this is going to be a big one, we are going to have IFS Direct Connect 2024. And IFS is their foundry services, and 2020 and this Direct Connect, I do believe we're going to hear more about the next generation of Intel's manufacturing, right? We heard about that 5 nodes in 4 years and how that's progressing, but I do believe we're going to start to listen and hear what's happening after 18A. We might hear about more customers. We are going to hear about the progression of their overall manufacturing capabilities. Maybe we might hear more partnerships with maybe new manufacturing plants. So definitely stay tuned if you are a semiconductor investor. If you are an Intel investor, the IFS on February 21 to 2024 is one you don't want to miss. Now, another event is coming on January 25th of 2024. Intel is expected to report their fourth quarter and full year 2023 results. I can't believe we're almost coming back here to earnings season. And obviously, I'm going to be doing a video for this. So make sure to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. And for their upcoming earnings, I'm going to be excited to hear about Gaudi 3 and about their overall kind of consumer and data center market overall. Now, on January 3rd, we've actually heard a lot of great news from Intel. We also see that Intel Corporation announced the appointment of Justin as the executive vice president and general manager of its data center and AI group effective February 1st. And for those that aren't familiar, right, the previous person that held this position was Sandra Rivera, who on January 1st became the CEO of Intel's Programmable Solution Group, which is now an Intel standalone business. So Justin does come with some great experience. Previously, he served as the executive vice president and general manager of high performance computing AI at HPE. So obviously, huge experience here. And right now, he's going to be responsible for Intel's suite of data center products spanning enterprise and cloud, including Intel Xeon processors and obviously Intel accelerators and GPUs like Gaudi 3 and the upcoming Falcon Shores. One final bit of news that I want to take a closer look at is nothing too crazy, but we are hearing reports that Intel's Meteor Lake CPUs, which is based on their Intel 4, I believe, Intel 4 node, is lower in single core compared to its previous gen models. So some people might be saying that, hey, look, Intel's manufacturing is going a little bit weaker than previously expected. I think right now benchmarks, because it's such a new CPU, might not be optimized compared to maybe some of the previous generation models, but something that maybe investors might want to keep an eye out. Right now, we are. It does seem like we're seeing some great movements from Intel in their overall manufacturing nodes, and we're gonna have to kind of wait to see more updates on the CPUs and the Meteor Lake platform. So a lot of great news coming out for Intel. It's definitely going to be an interesting year for them, especially after the crazy year they had last year in form of stock price performance. Right now, I don't know how to feel about Intel, but luckily for me, I do have a position in AMD and NVIDIA. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.